of the Melbourne Grand Final between Melbourne and Collingwood. Melbourne top by 11 points as the final 25 minutes is about set to go. The umpire is Ron Brophy. A big moment for him and a big moment for the 36 players on the field as they go into action with glory for the victors and nothing for the vanquished. Gabelich of Collingwood wins the knockdown. It's taken by Bluey Adams, who finds Jacobs on the half-forward line for the Melbourne team, who are quickly into attack. Concentration is vital by all players at this time. Here is Jacobs kicking the ball to within about 40 yards of goal. Barassi in the middle of that pack couldn't take the mark. Laurie Hill couldn't clear the ball either. He was pulled down by Burke. Burke's hand pass is beautifully directed towards Townsend. Townsend, a left foot hook shot, is going close to a goal, but it's not close enough. It's not close enough even for a behind. It's out of play altogether, with Melbourne still holding to a 11-point advantage. Melbourne 7-10, Collingwood 5-11. John Lord, as usual, when the ball is up forward in either of the pockets, going up against Gabelich for the knockdown. It's directed by the Collingwood captain down towards Kevin Rose, playing the role of ruck rover. Kevin Rose finds the ball rebounding against him, and with a fickle bounce, it goes straight out here from a hand pass to Dixon, and Dixon again keeps up his good play and keeps the ball right down the throat of the Collingwood defence.
The ball is being thrown in Melbourne's forward pocket. John Lord, number 4, Gabelich, number 1. He's the Collingwood skipper, and up they go. Kicked by McLean, picked up by Townsend, who kicks in towards goal for Melbourne. It could be a good one. It's 1 point. 1 point from that kick by Townsend, and Melbourne go to 53, Collingwood are 41. 2 minutes of play gone in the final term.
Well, there's been a lapse by Collingwood there. They're letting Townsend get away on his own too often, and this is bad because he's so dangerous in front of goal.
Potter kicks off. Mickey Bone running in there. Townsend on the ground with the ball. Umpire Brophy will come in to separate players and ball it up on Melbourne's centre half forward position. Melbourne kicking to the scoreboard end in this final quarter. Wise is 23, getting up now, but Gabelich knocks the ball forward towards Henderson. Williams punches it back again on Melbourne's half forward line. Gabelich is on the ground, kicked off the ground by Collingwood. It comes out. Townsend handballs it wide, looking for Williams. Here's a chance for Collingwood as Johnny Mahon picks it up. A long kick by Mahon down towards Ian Graham. Coming through is Compton, who clears it back towards the centre wing. The chance for Urquhart here. Look at Bluey Adams with his pace, but he's beaten on this occasion by Urquhart, who handballs it wildly, looking for Tuttenham, but Melbourne clear it. Up to the centre wing position by Anderson, almost marked by Laurie Hill. It's over the line before he or Barry Burke can get to it.
100,000 fans packed into this arena, one of the meccas of sport in the Southern Hemisphere, are really yelling themselves hoarse as the game reaches its climax. Keneally gives the ball across to Burke. Burke, a lovely hand pass straight to Jacobs. Jacobs was awake up and ready for it. Glorious drop kick into the goal square it goes. Hassaman got up and nearly took a beauty. Lord took it off the ground, gave it to Barassi. Barassi hooks it over his head, but it's clear of the big area. 1 point only to Melbourne. Melbourne 7-12, 54. Collingwood 5-11, 41. 13 points the difference. 3 minutes into the full quarter.
Ted Potter, Collingwood's fullback, again to put the ball back into play. A big pack of players waiting for the ball to come upfield. And here's the kick by Ted Potter. A drop kick to the half-back line. Up they fly. Adams gets a friendly nudge from Laurie Hill. Frank Bluey Adams on the half-forward line, a veteran of many games with the Demons, kicking in towards goal.
This is his last game in Victorian Football League football, and this is his 14th kick for the game.
Beautiful kick by Adams, swings the ball right into the 10-yard square. No one can mark it, and it's through for 1 point to the Demons.
$14 points is now the difference. Reeves kicking off for Collingwood as back pocket player. Funny things going on down there. Adams again. Hassaman, a hand pass out here to Barassi. Barassi into the full forward pocket on the stand side again. Over into the crowd. Melbourne still in attack. Melbourne 14 points up. 4 minutes now gone in the final quarter. And a really tough, slogging game. Lord versus Gabelich. Gabelich has done a man-sized job in the ruck. Melbourne's Rovers doing better. Townsend, was he in possession or not? Evidently so. Dropping the ball, according to the umpire, and a free kick to Mick Bone.
This was Collingwood's 13th free kick for the game. Melbourne have had 21.
Graham coming downfield, and then he missed it when he got the fly of the ball. Rose, lovely hand pass out there when he was in plenty of trouble. The ball into the center of the ground. Anderson, a great burst of speed. Kicks the ball back into attack. 3 Collingwood players set themselves. Bone dropped it. Taken by Barassi. Barassi on the boundary line. Steadies. And again off the side of his boot. It's just not Barassi's day.
Well,
Missed the football in Australia, and Barras is really having a bad day.
He's definitely got his wrong kicking boots on. He can't do a thing right. He's had a lot of opportunities for his side in the last quarter and a bit, but he just can't capitalise on them.
5 minutes of play have gone in the final term of the grand final, and here's a throw-in Melbourne's forward pocket. The big men fly. Gabelich has rucked well all day. Townsend takes the ball in the pocket, shoots in towards goal for Melbourne. Bagg tries to mark, and it's over the line, it's out of bounds. Another throw-in the opposite forward pocket. Melbourne 55, Collingwood 41. Kevin Rose takes the ball out of the air. Handballs it to Duncan Wright. Wright gets it up to the half-back line, looking for Dalton, number 27 in the picture. It bounces back to Chapman. Chapman handballs it over towards Dalton. Dalton has the ball on the centre wing. He's going to be tackled. He breaks clear. Collingwood come into attack. The ball on the half-forward line. Up goes Graham. Rowett knocks it away from him. Graham's on the ground, picks it up. He's tackled by Anderson. Down he goes. Rowett takes the ball, but a free kick to Collingwood.
I agree with this. The ball was knocked away from Graham, and he was grabbed by his Melbourne opponent when he wasn't in position, and Collingwood have made a change. Number 3, Ken Turner, is coming onto the ground. The player they have taken off is Ricky Watt, who only had 4 kicks for the game.
There's the kick by Graham down to full forward. Steers there. Up is Tassie Johnson behind the pack of players, and Tassie Johnson is marked. Johnson is in the back pocket. Kicks the ball further upfield. The mark is taken by Hassaman, and he plays on quickly, gets the ball back to the centre wing position. Up they fly. Duncan Wright flying over the top of the pack. Coming through strongly is Chapman. Beautiful football as he drives it into the full forward zone. The mark is taken by Tottenham.
The Melbourne coach Norm Smith is very agitated as Tottenham takes this mark well within kicking distance. 7 minutes gone in the final quarter, and Melbourne enjoy a 14 points advantage. It might only be 8 after this drop kick from Tottenham. It's a beautiful kick. It's a goal to the Maggies. A perfect drop kick, accurate, straight off the boot, and Collingwood are right back in business once more.
And a class piece of football by Tottenham, who's played a very strong game all day. He's an opportunist. He plays so vigorously that it makes him one of Collingwood's best players, and he's doing everything in his power to win this game for the Maggies.
Brophy in the centre again, and there's the bounce. Up they fly. Barassi, Melbourne skipper, is tackled. The ball is on their half-forward line. Hassaman kicks it off the ground, and Ted Potter takes a safe mark on the centre half-back position. 9 minutes of play gone in the final quarter of the grand final. This is Ted Potter sending the ball into Collingwood's scoring zone. It's on the half-forward line. Up high is Anderson, punching the ball away. It comes to Melbourne skipper Barassi. His kick is smothered. This is John Henderson. Here's trouble as Henderson is on the half-forward line. He breaks clear. Left foot kick further downfield. Coming through strongly is Rowett. Rowett plays on. He's met by 3 Collingwood players. Loses the ball. Don Williams is pulled around the neck. Will get the free kick. He plays on, but umpire Brophy bringing him back to make him kick at the place where he was infringed, on the half-back line for Melbourne. Umpire Brophy in the picture now, and the ball is being relayed back to Don Williams, Melbourne centre man, who is on the half-back line. 55-47, Melbourne in front.
Williams can kick this ball, bigger and heavier than the gridiron ball, 70 yards. Didn't time that one as well as he does most, but it goes about 60. It's onto the half-forward line. Hassaman will run out of ground and time. They're calling on Melbourne for a renewed effort. The game is still anybody's. Mann keeps the ball out of play. It's been out of play a lot.
So far, both sides have taken 34 marks for the game. Collingwood have had 14 free kicks. Melbourne, 22 free kicks.
Ian Cleland, former league umpire, with that comment as Channel 9 GTV in Melbourne continues its telecast of the league grand final. Melbourne, 55 points, lead Collingwood 47. The coaches are anxious. Norm Smith in between two Melbourne stalwarts. The man in the hat is Checker Hughes, former coach. Jacobs takes the ball out of the pack and kicks it onto the half-forward line. Duncan Wright is thwarted by Barassi. Barassi, a left foot kick from 50 yards out. The ball going towards Lord. He dropped back on it, but can't take the mark. And 1 point is scored. Melbourne are now 56 points. 9 points the difference in the scores, 10 minutes into the final quarter.
As the kick-off by Collingwood, a good kick to the half-back line. Terry Waters is there. Up in front, though, another Collingwood player is Trevor Steer, number 9, and he's taken the mark.
The fullback who kicked out that time was McLean. This is the third different Collingwood player to kick out. Obviously, Potter, their regular fullback, is not in as fit as what was first thought. There's the kick by McLean up towards the centre line. Wise drops the centre. Wise dropped it onto the ground, handballs it across towards Rowett. Rowett runs into all sorts of trouble, handballs it across over towards Williams. Williams down towards Barassi, and Barassi's marked that the umpire says play on. Barassi's going to handball it over towards his forward, and that was in Keneally. A shot by Keneally, close to the big ones, but it's 1 point only.
Melbourne still having trouble, although in the second half they've had most of the play. They just cannot seem to get the big sticks. 6 points to 1, and they're just getting the one all the time. Kicked off this time again by McLean again. Out to the back flank position. Up goes Wise, number 23. Nobody marks it. It's down on the ground. In there is Turner, a replacement. He gets it across to Hill. Hill with a hand pass to Waters is good football. Waters tries a short pass, overruns the ball. Then in comes Graham, gets the ball over towards centre half forward. Urquhart struggling hard, so too is Williams. In there it's Bone. He gets a ball across with good play to Tuddenham. Tuddenham punches blindly. A bad miss by Johnson, but Crompton, the ever-reliable back pocket player, comes in and clears for Melbourne out towards the centre wing. The ball favours the Collingwood players, and Laurie Hill comes through. A left foot kick looking for a teammate upfield. He can't find him. It wasn't well judged. There's a chance for Gavalik. He kicks wildly right across goals, but it could be a stroke of luck. But Brian Dixon, the Melbourne wingman, is far too fast. Gets the ball, picks it up, then gets it across to his teammate number 11 in Anderson, and Anderson goes for a run. 1 bounce, 2 bounces. He's in trouble. Gets his kick up to the half-forward line, and Melbourne are coming again. A wild kick, almost a freak mark, then a wild punch back to the opposition, and Melbourne storm forward once more, and a chance for John Lord. He's up high, nearly brought down a screamer. Close towards a Melbourne goal, a hurried shot, wide across goals, but it's...
The play will come back up the field some 50 or 60 yards. It will be a free kick against John Lord, who is being spoken to by umpire Brophy. The reason was when he flew in the air, he used his opponent as a stepladder, and you just cannot do this. After all, he's 6'4" himself. Why does he have to do it?
There's the kick back to the centre. Wise coming in takes a good mark, and Melbourne will come forward again. Wise is on the centre wing position at the moment. It's a pump kick to the half-forward line. Up they go. Punched away by McLean. Coming in as Barassi. The ball comes out in the direction of Dixon. Also Chapman. Kicked off the ground by Dixon. And it's out of bounds. Close to the centre wing, but slightly towards Melbourne's half-forward line. This is the 13-minute mark of the final quarter, and it's 10 points the difference. Melbourne 57, Collingwood 47. Number 9 is Steer, 23 Wise. Knocked down by Steer. Across to Dalton. Dalton's in trouble as he's bustled. The ball is on Collingwood's half-forward line. Urquhart gets it across to Turner. Further downfield, knocked away by Tassie Johnson, and Johnson takes the ball for Melbourne. He's in trouble. He clears it under their half-forward line. A chance for Barassi. Barassi has got the ball for Melbourne. He's the Melbourne captain. Handballs to Adams. Adams can't pick it up. Laurie Hill comes in, kicks it off the ground. This is Ted Potter. Handballing it across. And Collingwood clear through McLean. The ball comes up towards the centre wing position. It's kicked back by Rowett onto the half-forward line for Melbourne. Up they fly. Appealing to the mark is Johnny Mann. But it's play on, says umpire Brophy. Laurie Hill chips in. Kicks it forward for the Magpies. It's on their half-forward line. Up is Graham. Coming in is Massey. Urquhart's there. Play pretty rough and tough at the moment. Coming in is Henderson. Look at Henderson go. Can he pick it up? Two Melbourne players coming in. Don Henderson picks it up. Kicks it across to the full forward zone. There's nobody there. Dixon tries to take it. Chapman takes the ball. Look at this for football. Brilliant play. A point though.
What a shame. It really was a shame that with a great individual effort like that, Chapman couldn't have got the 6 points that were surely warranted for a tremendous effort.
And I'm surprised with the fire that the Magpies are still being able to put into this game, into the game. They're still showing tons of pace.
Melbourne have Emsell warmed up on the bench. It looks as though he's coming out. Urquhart takes this mark. Glorious mark, and he'll play on, gives it to Turner. Turner's left foot kick. He is on as 20th man. The final reserve is through for 1 point. Norm Smith, the Melbourne coach, speaks with Melbourne's first reserve to come onto the field, Rover Ken Emsell. There's no point scored down there. It was out of bounds altogether. Gablitz tries to bust his way through, puts it onto his boot. I think Big Gabba's done it.
Well, a big A for effort for Collingwood. You can never give them away. You can never write them off because they're there fighting all the way. And they're the only side that I know on this VFL football of ours that can do this.
3 points only the difference. Melbourne still on top by 3 points, but that's practically nothing. Barassi tries to do it on his own. The ball taken by Waters. A lovely hand pass to the half-forward line. Ian Graham trying to get rid of the ball, but Melbourne hem him in. It's a ball against Ian Graham. And it's Melbourne's free kick. A penalty kick against Graham of Collingwood is awarded to Rowett of Melbourne. Doc Rowett kicks the ball onto the half-forward line. Burke Cannon's out of the pack. There are still several in there, and the ball's in there too somewhere. Now it's out towards Dalton. Dalton and Davis clash. The ball behind to Don Williams. Williams still full of steam. Is a great player for Melbourne. Clears the ball to the half-forward line. Laurie Hill versus Frank Adams. Hill knocks the ball across the line as Adams goes sprawling. 17 minutes gone. Final quarter. Melbourne 3 points in front. 7-15 to 7-12.
And listen to the crowd. The crowd have gone wild. The atmosphere's electric in this final quarter. Up they fly, taken by Wise. Wise puts it forward for Melbourne along the boundary line. It's going close to the fence again, and it's out of bounds, 50 yards from the Melbourne goal. 3 points the difference. Anybody's game. A ruck duel again. Emsell, who's just come onto the ground, has lost the ball. A player holding his head who got a crack there, Barry Burke. That's a baller. One straight kick from the Melbourne goal.
18 minutes gone. Final quarter. Up goes Wise, trying to knock the ball through the goal sticks 50 yards away. Taken by Ron Reeves. Reeves clears the ball to the half-back line. Urquhart and Davis clash. They might be hurt. Picked up by Graham. His hand pass is misdirected, but luckily goes out to Waters. He's run down by Rowett, who upsets his kick. The ball has gone to the centre wing. Compton jumps onto the ball. Tubman frantically kicks it forward to Gabba, who's 30 yards out in his own. The big 17-stone Collingwood captain goes for a run. He'll get to the goals on his own. It's a goal! Minutes gone. Final quarter.
Gavalik nearly lost the ball when he bounced it in his excitement. The crowd has gone frantic. It's still anybody's game, but the underdogs look as though they could take it out.
Collingwood Collingwood lead Melbourne by 3 points. Melbourne, the favourites, are in plenty of bother.
Umpire Brophy bounces the ball on the centre again. Up they go. The ball on Melbourne's half-forward line. Kicked off the ground by Wise. A further kick-off by Jacobs. It's on their half-forward line, and Duncan Wright marks in defence for Collingwood. Steadies down because Collingwood are holding the lead, and he's taking his time. Duncan Wright is on the centre half-back position and will put the Magpies forward. He plays it wide to the flank position. Brian Dixon, number 9, flies, but in front of him it's his opponent, Des Tuddenham, who takes the mark. A great player for Collingwood, Tuddenham. He's on the centre wing.
20 minutes gone, final quarter, about another 10 minutes of play left.
There's Tuddenham, drop kicks to the half-forward line for the Magpies. Ian Graham flies, but the ball is knocked away from him, and it's out of bounds on Collingwood's half-forward line.
3 points the difference. Collingwood now on top by 3 points. A moment ago they were 3 points behind. A magnificent goal to Ray Gavlich took the advantage their way. Crompton saves for Melbourne. The ball goes to Anderson. Anderson, half-back flanker for Melbourne, kicks to the half-forward line. The Demons into attack. Collingwood trying to hold them out, and they do through Reeves. A good kick by Reeves. Springboards Collingwood from defence into attack. The ball onto the half-forward line. Waters punches it out there when well held by Melbourne, and back goes Tassie Johnson to grab the ball and then kick it wide to the wing where it will go out of play. The ball is still into attack for Collingwood, who are going to the Richmond end of the ground. 3 points the difference, and 100,000 people at the Melbourne Cricket Ground screaming their heads off.
There's the throw in. The big men fly again. Terry Waters punches the ball to Urquhart. Urquhart on the flank position. Can't get it. He fumbles, and it's over the line again. Plenty of tension out there on the big arena. A terrific finish. Up they go again. Emsell takes the ball for Melbourne, handballs it to Rowett. Rowett's tackled, kicked off the ground. The whistle goes. Umpire Brophy awarding a free kick to Rowett of Melbourne.
Rowett has the ball, clears up towards the centre wing, picked up by Adams. He gets his kick, gets up towards the half-forward line. A mark to Townsend. He plays on. He gives it to Barry Burke. He bounces it twice. He drives it with a drop punt up towards the full forward position. Has a man! He is 15 yards out, directly in front. He needs to kick it through between the two big sticks to put Melbourne 3 points in front. At the moment, they are 3 points behind.
Hassaman is the Melbourne vice-captain. A magnificent mark. He got Melbourne into the final 4 at Hawthorn. Can he kick them in front here? One flag. Great disappointment for Melbourne, and particularly for Hassaman.
We have been playing for 23 and a half minutes into the last quarter. Norm Smith, the man without the hat, is the coach, a worried coach of the Melbourne side. They trail by 2 points as McLean gets set to kick the ball out for Collingwood.
There's the drop kick by McLean to the half-back line, and Dixon flies to take the mark. Dixon, a stalwart of the Melbourne team for many years, has played well today. On the half-forward line, he sends it forward. Up they go. Barassi in there. Can't pull the mark down. Taken by Neil Compton. Compton kicks in towards goal for Melbourne.
A goal to equal Gavlich's performance, and the stadium's gone crazy.
Neil Crompton, a back pocket player, will be the hero of all Melbourne tonight if Melbourne take this premiership out. A goal from a back pocket player is unheard of, but we've just seen it, and it's put Melbourne back in front.
The Demons were 3 points up, then they went to 3 points down, 2 points down, and now through that goal, they are 4 points ahead. The ball has gone Collingwood's way of centre. Dixon, who's played a great game, is beaten by Chapman, who appeals for holding the man. It's a free kick to Collingwood, and Chapman gets the kick. Chapman figured in a sensational individual effort about 10 minutes ago and was very unlucky not to score full points. Chapman played a magnificent game. Here he is, short passing on the forward line. He'll find Turner. Turner on his 20th man for the Magpies. A seasoned veteran will not mess this up. He'll land this one well downfield, almost into the goal square. Can anybody mark? Melbourne seem to have Burke roving. A great mark by Barry Burke, who normally plays right at the other end of the ground as Melbourne spearhead and full forward.
Barry Burke from the full-back position kicks for Melbourne. A long kick to the half-back line. Up they fly. Kevin Rose is pulled down. The whistle goes and he'll get a free kick for around the neck. Kevin Rose on the half-forward line.
Time check. 24 and a half minutes gone. In half a minute's time, we will play time on.
There's the kick by Rose into Collingwood's forward pocket. Don Williams punches the ball away. Picked up by Dixon. Dixon kicks it to the centre wing for Melbourne. Up they fly. A mark to Melbourne. Barry Vague. 25 minutes of play gone. We move into the time-on period as Vague puts Melbourne forward, and a mark in defence by Ted Potter of Collingwood.
Potter of Collingwood, a left foot kick into the centre of the ground. Turner is waiting for it. In front of him is Gablich, who really rallied Collingwood 10 minutes ago. Gablich kicks to the half-forward line. 3 Melbourne defenders in line waiting for it. Wise tries to get away with the ball. It's back to the third man in Crumpton. Crumpton, who kicked Melbourne's goal a moment ago to put them in front, finds Dixon on the wing.
The Member of Parliament will have his 23rd kick for the game. Hassaman, who kicked that one behind before, has had 22 kicks, and Kevin Rose has had 22.
The ball back onto the centre wing where Barassi runs it out with Ted Potter. 1 minute of time on gone. 4 points still the difference, and it's the Demons in front. A throw in on the centre wing, slightly favouring Collingwood's side of the centre, so Collingwood in fact technically are into attack. Lovely piece of ruck work by Gablich, gives the ball to Rose. Rose across to Chapman. Chapman runs out of time. It's kicked across the ground here to Turner. It's across here to Duncan Wright. Wright looking for somebody to handball it to. Anybody's game still. 4 points the difference as Doc Rowett puts a boot into the ball. Here's Chapman. Hempsell tries to run him down. He is brought down himself. The ball across out here towards Crumpton and Burke. Burke very fast for Melbourne. Finds he loses the ball across here to Graham. The players are throwing themselves in without any thought for personal safety. Umpire Brophy steps into the fray and awards a free kick to Collingwood's Graham.
He was the player playing the ball, and umpire Brophy quite rightly has played this man because he deserves the protection.
He's on the boundary line, a very difficult shot, but he's certainly within kicking distance. A straight kick here would mean Collingwood go to the front by 2 points. The ball across the sticks. Bernie Massey tries to run it out. Urquhart keeps it in play. Now he's across the line. A throw in the full forward pocket, and everybody's standing on tiptoe.
Here's the throw in. One straight kick needed. Knocked down by Gablich. Don Williams takes the ball for Melbourne. Kicks it up to the flank position, and it's over the boundary line on Collingwood's half-forward line. 3 minutes of time on have been played. Melbourne lead by 4 points. There's the throw. It comes out to Turner. Turner of Collingwood on the half-forward line. Loses the ball, picked up by Urquhart. Urquhart gets it across to Tottenham. Coming through is Dixon, kicks it off the ground. Laurie Hill can't take it. 3 Collingwood players. Laurie Hill is tackled. It's play on. Laurie Hill kicks the ball on the Collingwood's half-forward line, and it's over the line to be thrown in on Collingwood's half-forward line. 4 points the difference. Melbourne lead.
Melbourne lead by 4 points. 4 minutes of time on. The coach of Melbourne, Norm Smith, is telling the players to keep it in this pocket, to try and keep it out of bounds. Wise has it. Hempsell, number 10, gives it across towards Townsend. Townsend kicks it over towards the boundary line, and it will waste precious seconds for Collingwood. Umpire Brophy talks to the players behind the play, and the ball will be thrown in. Wily Norm Smith, the coach, is telling the players to keep it over the boundary line. The ball is knocked away out towards Kevin Rose, picked up by Mann. Out towards Jacobs. Jacobs kicks it up. It's up towards the centre line. Duncan Wright trying to get the ball is taken away by Bagg. Bagg kicks it up towards the half-forward line. It's over the boundary line again. And again it will be precious seconds lost for Collingwood. The game is nearly over.
The difference is 4 points. The ball is on Melbourne's half-forward line. Melbourne lead. Jacobs. It's kicked away from him. Coming through is McLean. Met solidly. Collingwood desperately trying to get it back. Taken for Melbourne by Bagg. And Bagg kicks it right into the crowd. Melbourne have the ball in their forward pocket.
I'm not too sure he even tried to score a point with that. He deliberately, in my opinion, kicked it out of bounds to waste the precious seconds that the ball will take, although time on is being added.
Ian, we can only agree with that, but what good tactics in a thrilling close finish.
Yes, a precious time waster for Melbourne because time is ticking away. The throw in down Melbourne's scoring end. There's John Lloyd, takes it out of the air, but he can't handball it. 2 Collingwood players. Laurie Hill gets it. Back towards the centre of the ground. And Melbourne mark. Neil Crompton. He is a Victorian interstate cricketer. That goal for Melbourne a while ago, and now he saves them with a magnificent kick. And again, Melbourne forced it over the line and out of bounds. Acting under Norm Smith's instructions to keep the ball out of bounds, Melbourne are doing it to perfection.
The difference is 4 points. The siren could go at any time. Melbourne lead. Lord is up, but he will be free-kicked for interfering with Ray Gabelich, the Collingwood skipper. Norm Smith still directing his team, looking at his watch now. Gabelich, the Collingwood skipper, kicks from the back pocket. The ball is back in the centre. Ronnie Reeves has it. He's tackled. He can't get rid of it. And umpire Brophy will ball it up. Time is running out for Collingwood. Melbourne, 4 points in front, have everything in their favour. The ball is on their scoring zone at the moment. Picked up by Reeves. Collingwood coming to attack the ball on the half-forward line. Henderson gives it to Dalton. Collingwood forcing it forward. Dalton has the ball. Kicks it in. Picked up by Ian Graham. He's tackled. Graham's met by 3 Melbourne players. It's in front of the Collingwood goal. What a finish. What a game. It's all over. Melbourne premiers for 1964. John Henderson, the Collingwood player, exhausted. Ron Smith, Melbourne coach. Players from both teams congratulating each other. And what a terrific finish to the 64 Grand Final.
Terrific, fantastic. How well back by Collingwood that 2 weeks ago were done by 15 goals.
And the final score, Melbourne taken away the 1964 Grand Final by 4 points. Melbourne 8-16, 64 points to Collingwood 8-12, 60.